Famous black men who married older women. That will shock you, part 2. Stop the clocks. When we look at Black excellence legends, we often see men marrying up, not in status, but in years. Forget the myth of the younger trophy wife. Some of the most powerful men in music and film, from Miles Davis to Blair Underwood, achieved greatness because they married women who were older, wiser, and more grounded. Did this age gap provide the essential stability they needed to conquer Hollywood and the music industry? Smash that like button and subscribe. Dive into the comments and tell us which of these relationships you think had the most transformative impact. Nate Parker and Sarah DeSanto. Nate Parker, the actor and filmmaker recognized for gripping cinematic work like The Great Debaters and The Birth of a Nation, established a bedrock of stability far removed from his demanding career. This foundation is his marriage to Sarah DeSanto, an artist and entrepreneur who gracefully accepted the role of the elder in their union, a full 7 years senior to her husband. This age differential, while not the headline, established a powerful, nurturing dynamic seldom celebrated within the entertainment landscape. The couple tied the knot in 2007, a testament to a deep affiliation cultivated long before Parker achieved household recognition. What truly distinguishes their narrative is their extraordinary dedication to absolute privacy. DeSanto deliberately abstained from the celebrity ecosystem, opting instead for a fulfilling personal career and concentrating on raising their 2 daughters. Their partnership was never a public performance. There were no social media chronicles or highly publicized appearances. They erected an almost impenetrable shield around their domestic existence, a rare feat in an industry that commodifies intimacy. This dedication to discretion became profoundly significant when Parker faced immense professional challenges and intense public backlash concerning past events. During this tumultuous period, DeSanto stood as an unshakable figure, offering resolute support behind the scenes. Her presence served as a powerful declaration that their bond transcended fleeting acclaim or momentary controversy. The Parker-DeSanto marriage is a striking illustration of resilience, underscoring that longevity in a relationship is not correlated with matching ages, but with an unwavering commitment to loyalty and the shared ability to withstand the harsh gales of life together. Their enduring, quiet partnership is a rare beacon of genuine connection in a world obsessed with ephemeral fame. Teddy Pendergrass and Karen Still. When R&B powerhouse Teddy Pendergrass married Karen Still in 1987, their union symbolized more than just Hollywood romance. It represented an unbreakable covenant formed under duress. Karen, an accomplished dancer and performer herself, brought a maturity to the partnership, being 6 years the elder of the soul legend. This age dynamic was secondary to the immense personal crisis they navigated, establishing their connection as one of profound mutual reliance rather than mere celebrity pairing. Their story's defining chapter began years before the wedding, following the catastrophic 1982 automobile accident that left Pendergrass paralyzed. In the face of unimaginable vulnerability, Karen emerged not just as a romantic interest, but as a chief caregiver and advocate. She was instrumental in the intricate process of his physical and emotional rehabilitation, providing logistical organization that enabled him to confront his new reality. Her unwavering commitment proved critical in his monumental return to the stage during Live Aid in 1985, a moment of global musical history powered by her quiet strength. Though their matrimonial journey was not prolonged, the imprint left by their relationship is indelible. Karen's devotion showcased a level of fidelity that transcended the fleeting demands of fame and the physical limitations imposed by his injuries. She helped preserve his dignity and his career, reinforcing his musical continuation. Even after their paths diverged, the mutual admiration remained absolute. The bond between Pendergrass and Still illustrates that the truest measure of a relationship's value lies in its depth during adversity, demonstrating that commitment, not compatibility of years, dictates legacy. Their commitment serves as a monumental tribute to love that conquers corporeal setbacks and industry pressure. Ving Rhames and Deborah Reed. Ving Rhames, whose commanding presence dominates screens in blockbusters like Mission Impossible, maintains an intensely guarded personal life, anchored by his wife Deborah Reed. Their relationship, which formally began in the year 2000, is a masterful exercise in privacy and an assertive dismissal of celebrity expectations. Deborah is a full 9 years older than the celebrated actor, a disparity that immediately drew attention when their union became known, primarily because she was not a fixture on the Hollywood social circuit. Deborah Reed is a performer herself, yet her career trajectory never involved chasing the spotlights that relentlessly pursue her husband. This choice of a non-public existence is central to the endurance of their marriage. While Rhames projects strength on film, he frequently attributes his off-screen stability to her intelligence and quiet resolve. She provides the necessary detachment from the industry's incessant turmoil, fostering a domestic atmosphere governed by commitment and reciprocal admiration. The couple has consciously created a formidable barrier against the intrusions of the press and digital scrutiny. Their romance thrives because it is insulated, proving that genuine connection requires isolation, not exposure. They represent a powerful anomaly in an environment obsessed with age and outward display. The longevity of the Rhames-Reed marriage is a striking statement. It confirms that profound affinity and staunch fidelity, nurtured far from the glare of cameras, are the true markers of a successful long-term partnership. Their story is a powerful blueprint for sustaining love against the corrosive forces of global fame. Taye Diggs and Idina Menzel. The story of Taye Diggs and Idina Menzel began not under Hollywood's flashbulb glare, but beneath the footlights of Broadway. Their initial encounter was on the original 1996 production of the musical Rent, where the vibrant energy and artistic synergy between them were immediately palpable. Although their ages were practically identical, Menzel being just a handful of months Diggs' senior, this parody only emphasized the cultural conversation their eventual marriage sparked. When they formally united in 2003, they instantly became a touchstone couple, highly celebrated not only for their shared theatrical pedigree, but also for navigating the landscape as a prominent interracial union. As Diggs transitioned seamlessly into film and television, and Menzel achieved stratospheric success on stage with Wicked, and later in film with Frozen, their careers ascended in tandem. Their partnership, marked by mutual support and the arrival of their son, Walker, in 2009, projected an image of shared ambition and domestic harmony that was widely admired. The announcement of their separation in 2014, following over a decade together, sent reverberations through the entertainment world. Despite the palpable disappointment from fans who viewed them as an exemplary pairing, both artists managed the dissolution of their marriage with dignity and restraint. They consciously prioritized remaining amicable, devoted co-parents. The Diggs-Menzel saga ultimately serves as a powerful demonstration that even when a relationship ends, the shared legacy of creativity, professional accomplishment, and profound mutual regard can endure, forever linked to the genesis of their spectacular artistic journeys. Harold Morrison and Toni Morrison. The union between Harold Morrison, a Jamaican-born architect, and the woman who would become the literary giant, Toni Morrison, was a brief but intensely fertile ground for creation. Their marriage in the mid-1950s was characterized not by a dramatic age difference — Harold was only a few months her junior — but by a powerful confluence of intellectual curiosity and artistic ambition. They were a couple bonded by scholarly pursuit and shared creative energy during a period when interracial partnerships were highly uncommon. Together they established a family, welcoming 2 sons into the world. However, as Toni's nascent passion for crafting stories deepened, the framework of their marriage began to yield. They officially dissolved their romantic connection in 1964. While the duration of their time together was short, the aftermath proved to be the decisive catalyst for her spectacular literary launch. The emotional and logistical demands placed upon Toni as a newly single mother profoundly reshaped her worldview. The challenges of raising children while relentlessly pursuing a writing career infused her subsequent works, which would eventually earn her the Nobel Prize, with an unparalleled empathy and depth. The themes she masterfully explored, including the complexities of Black womanhood, loss, and identity, were undeniably colored by the personal experiences faced during and following her separation from Harold. Though Harold retreated into a less public life as an architect and academic, the contours of his early presence in her life are felt in the very texture of her celebrated prose. Their relationship, though it did not endure, became an essential, formative chapter, demonstrating how even a non-lasting commitment can leave an echoing, vital imprint on one of American letter's most essential voices. Ralph Tresvant and Shelley Tresvant. Ralph Tresvant, the silky smooth vocalist who guided New Edition through its meteoric ascent, sought stability not in the ephemeral thrill of celebrity, but in a long-standing personal history. His wife, Shelley Tresvant, embodied that anchor. She was 3 years Ralph's senior, a subtle age gap that was completely overshadowed by the depth of their acquaintance, which originated far from the dazzling lights of arena tours. The couple formalized their dedication in 1993, just as Ralph's solo endeavors were gaining traction. For over a decade, Shelley functioned as the quiet counterweight to her husband's intense professional life. While Ralph navigated the demanding schedule of recording sessions and global performances, Shelley remained purposefully absent from the celebrity spotlight, channeling her energies toward their home and their 3 children. She chose devotion to their domestic unit over chasing public validation, a rare choice for a spouse positioned so close to superstardom. Their time together was characterized by genuine connection and loyalty, making their eventual separation in 2004, after more than 10 years of matrimony, a quiet but notable event. Unlike many celebrity splits that devolve into spectacle, the Tresvants managed their parting with mutual deference, prioritizing their ongoing roles as co-parents. Shelley's role as an early, consistent influence during Ralph's most formative years remains integral to his narrative. Their saga provides an authentic perspective on how relationships, even those experiencing the enormous pressure of fame and divorce, can maintain sincerity and historical significance through unwavering respect. Wesley Snipes and April Eloise Dubois. The first marriage of actor Wesley Snipes to April Eloise Dubois represents a crucial, yet often overlooked, chapter in the action star's origin story. This alliance was forged in the late 1980s, long before Snipes became synonymous with global franchises like Blade. April, herself a martial artist and producer with roots in the industry, held a modest seniority over Wesley, establishing a partnership defined by shared ambition during their simultaneous professional ascensions. Their connection matured away from the intrusive gaze of celebrity media, occurring during a period when both were intensely focused on establishing their careers. They welcomed a son, Jelani Asar Snipes, in 1988. However, as the velocity of Snipes' fame rapidly accelerated, fueled by early hits that forecasted his superstardom, the union faced untenable strain. The immense obligations of a burgeoning Hollywood career, coupled with the profound responsibilities of young parenthood, eventually led to their separation in 1990, just a few years after exchanging vows. Despite the brevity of their time as spouses, the relationship marked a period of immense transformation for Snipes. He has consistently expressed esteem for April's role in his initial trajectory. She made a conscious decision to withdraw from the public domain following their split, pursuing private work behind the scenes. The narrative of Wesley and April captures the complicated pressures that rising fame imposes on nascent relationships, demonstrating how external forces and career divergence can eclipse even the most sincere intentions of young love. Their shared history remains a respectfully acknowledged milestone on the path to global prominence. Steve Harvey and Marsha Harvey. The first marriage of media mogul Steve Harvey to Marsha Harvey serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices underpinning celebrity success. Their commitment commenced in the early 1980s, a decade prior to the widespread recognition that would eventually define him. Marsha, a thriving businesswoman, was 3 years senior to Steve, a minimal age gap that nonetheless reflected a critical disparity in maturity and financial footing during their initial phase. At the time, Harvey was intensely consumed by the pursuit of stand-up comedy, a demanding career path characterized by perpetual travel, low pay, and immense instability. Marsha, consequently, bore the considerable weight of maintaining domestic order and managing the complexities of family life, which included raising their 3 children. She became the essential logistical and emotional provider, offering crucial financial backing and encouragement, while Steve's path was marked by prolonged absences and professional uncertainty. The enormous friction generated by Harvey's ambitious drive and the persistent instability eventually eroded the marital bond, leading to their formal separation in 1994. Although the partnership did not sustain itself through his eventual rise, Harvey has consistently granted public recognition to Marsha's pioneering role. Her belief and investment, both capital and emotional, occurred at the precise moment when such unwavering faith was most critical. Marsha deliberately elected to maintain a reserved existence outside the glare of his subsequent fame. Their narrative is a powerful testament to the unsung contributions made by partners who established the robust scaffolding necessary for future greatness. Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet. The short-lived but eternally magnetic marriage between Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet was a cultural phenomenon that defined 1980s and 90s cool. When they exchanged vows in 1987, Bonet, the enigmatic star of The Cosby Show, was 4 years Kravitz's senior. This age difference mattered little. Their union was characterized by an immediate, almost mythical artistic affinity and striking aesthetic compatibility. At the time, Bonet was already a fixture of American television, while Kravitz was still in the nascent stages of shaping his distinct rock and roll sound. Together, they projected a vision of bohemian sophistication, a blend of spiritual inquiry and fierce independence that made them instant style icons. Their powerful synergy produced not only compelling celebrity gossip, but also their daughter, Zoe Kravitz, who would inherit their creative legacy. Despite the intensity of their connection, the marital phase ended after 6 years, culminating in divorce in 1993. What renders their story so compelling is what followed: a deliberate and highly successful effort to transition their romance into an extraordinary kinship. They maintained an exceptional closeness, focusing on harmonious co-parenting and reciprocal admiration. Kravitz frequently speaks of Bonet as a muse and a profound influence on his evolution as an artist and individual. The Kravitz-Bonet dynamic is revered today precisely because it evolved beyond conventional expectations. Their decades-long friendship, marked by mutual respect and a complete absence of public acrimony, stands as the ultimate demonstration that love's most lasting form might not be found in permanence, but in its capacity for respectful transformation. Miles Davis and Cicely Tyson. The marriage of jazz genius Miles Davis and acting royalty Cicely Tyson was not merely a celebrity pairing. It was an explosive union of two absolute forces in American culture. Though Tyson was only 2 years Davis's senior, her maturity and disciplined lifestyle proved foundational to the chaotic energy of the musical legend. Their romance began decades earlier, but they formally married in 1981, at a moment when their combined star power was arguably at its zenith. This relationship was marked by intense highs and profound complexities. When they wed, Davis was grappling with severe health issues and substance dependency. Tyson, known for her rigorous dedication to her craft and her immaculate public image, took on the role of his uncompromising revitalizer. She helped guide him toward a period of sobriety and renewed musical output, acting as a profound emotional and physical safeguard. Their dynamic, often volatile, yet deeply affectionate, made them the quintessential glamour couple of the 1980s, instantly recognizable for their stunning fashion and high-profile attendance at major events. They were a vivid, visual statement about Black excellence and success. However, the intensity that fueled their connection also contributed to its dissolution. They finalized their divorce in 1988. Despite the relatively short duration of their marriage, their impact remains enormous. Tyson's influence is widely acknowledged for extending Davis's creative lifespan, enabling his legendary return to prominence in the final decade of his career. Their turbulent but historically significant alliance demonstrates that the legacy of a partnership is measured not by its quiet continuity, but by the magnitude of its transformative force. Kenny Lattimore and Chanté Moore. The marriage of R&B vocalists Kenny Lattimore and Chanté Moore was a union of two supremely talented artists, creating one of the most harmonious musical pairings of the early 2000s. When they exchanged vows in 2002, Moore was 4 years Lattimore's senior, an age difference that felt insignificant compared to the creative synchronization they immediately achieved. They were instantly lauded as a vocal dream team, releasing popular duets and a gospel project that merged their sophisticated styles. Their commitment was not just personal, it was professional and highly visible. They actively participated in shaping their public image, frequently performing together and sharing glimpses of their life, which included the birth of their son, Kenny Lattimore Jr. However, this dedication to transparency escalated when they joined the cast of the reality series R&B Divas. This move placed their private dynamic under a powerful, unblinking lens, exposing the complexities and fissures of their life to a national audience. The immense pressure of constant scrutiny, coupled with the inevitable divergence of professional paths, led to their widely publicized divorce in 2011. Their 9-year partnership became a casualty of the very fame it had embraced. Yet even as the details of their split were dissected in the media, both singers managed the conclusion of their marriage with admirable poise. Their dedication shifted entirely toward collaborative co-parenting and ensuring their son's well-being. The Lattimore-Moore story provides a cautionary, yet ultimately dignified lesson in the perils of mixing intense creative careers with absolute public exposure. Jesse Williams and Aaron Drake Lee. The relationship between actor Jesse Williams and real estate broker Aaron Drake Lee serves as a powerful case study of how the sudden onset of massive fame can shatter a deeply rooted pre-celebrity foundation. Unlike most couples featured in this series, the two shared the exact same birth year, making the compatibility of age unquestioned. However, their stability was critically tested by the speed of Williams's rise. Their courtship began long before Williams became Dr. Jackson Avery on Grey's Anatomy, back when he was a high school teacher in New York. Aaron, an accomplished professional and artist, provided the grounded partnership that allowed him to pursue his initial acting aspirations. They married in 2012, celebrating a connection forged over a decade and welcoming 2 children. This quiet, decade-long partnership was violently exposed when Williams's career achieved global recognition. The ensuing fissure in their relationship culminated in a deeply acrimonious divorce filing in 2017. The separation proceedings dominated tabloid headlines, focusing intensely on the division of assets and, most painfully, the custody arrangements for their young children. Aaron Drake Lee's life, once private and professionally driven, was thrust into the public domain through the adversarial legal process. Their story is a stark illustration that the most destructive force acting upon a solid commitment is often not time or age difference, but the sudden, destabilizing weight of superstardom. The Williams-Drake Lee saga underscores the profound difficulty of translating a genuine, everyday bond into one capable of withstanding the relentless, isolating pressures of A-list Hollywood status. Jamal Bryant and Gizelle Bryant. The marriage of Pastor Jamal Bryant and entrepreneur Gizelle Bryant was a high-profile union that dramatically integrated religious leadership with social celebrity. When they wed in 2002, Gizelle was 2 years her husband's senior, an age difference that was negligible compared to the colossal public expectation placed upon their partnership. As a leading figure in the pulpit, Jamal commanded widespread attention, and Gizelle, with her magnetic presence and business acumen, became the quintessential First Lady. Their relationship, which produced 3 daughters, appeared outwardly robust until its abrupt dissolution in 2009. The reason for the breakdown was highly sensitive: persistent infidelity on the part of Pastor Bryant. This fracture, already significant due to Jamal's prominence, exploded into national discussion years later when Gizelle became a central figure on the reality show, The Real Housewives of Potomac. The program exposed the intimate and painful details of their past and the complexities of co-parenting following a public separation. The couple made headlines again in the late 2000s with an earnest attempt at reconciliation, igniting hope among fans who had followed their saga. Their brief, rekindled romance was closely documented by the reality cameras, showcasing the intense emotional hurdles involved in rebuilding trust. Ultimately, the burden of their past and the pressures of their divergent public lives proved insurmountable, leading to a final parting. The Bryant narrative is a testament to the immense difficulty of sustaining private commitment under the unyielding gaze of both the church and reality television. Blair Underwood and Desiree DaCosta. The marriage between actor Blair Underwood and film executive Desiree DaCosta was for nearly 3 decades a remarkable benchmark of longevity within the often volatile ecosystem of Hollywood. When they tied the knot in 1994, DaCosta was 3 years Underwood's senior, a modest age gap that quickly became irrelevant compared to the powerful image of stability they projected. While Underwood became a prominent television heartthrob and sought-after film star, DaCosta, a seasoned consultant and marketing executive, worked successfully behind the camera. Their union yielded 3 children and earned widespread admiration for its resilience. Desiree consciously avoided the celebrity limelight, ensuring that their domestic life remained a haven insulated from the relentless scrutiny that plagued many of their peers. This prioritization of privacy allowed their bond to mature into one of the most respected partnerships in the industry, proving that dedication and discretion could indeed withstand the temptations of superstardom. The industry was therefore deeply shocked when the couple jointly announced their decision to separate in 2021. After 27 years of matrimony, the news felt like a seismic shift in the definition of a lasting Hollywood alliance. Crucially, their parting was handled with the same dignity that defined their time together. The joint statement emphasized an enduring friendship and an unwavering commitment to co-parenting their children. The Underwood-DaCosta narrative ultimately illustrates that while permanence is not guaranteed, the quality of a shared life is measured by the respect maintained, both during the partnership and through its conclusion. The union of actor Blair Underwood and film executive Desiree DaCosta was long hailed on BlackExcellenceLegends as a pinnacle of stability. When they married in 1994, DaCosta, 3 years his senior, provided the necessary grounded presence to counterbalance Underwood's rapid ascent to heartthrob status. For nearly 3 decades, they defied the typical Hollywood lifespan, raising 3 children with admirable discretion. Their joint 2021 separation announcement was handled with the same profound dignity that marked their 27-year partnership. They proved that commitment could endure, even if permanence could not. Was their dignified separation a greater testament to their love than a tumultuous, scandal-ridden, lifelong marriage?